Okay, in this video we're going to talk about the mean, median, mode, and range. And typically when we use these, mean, median, and mode, those are all three different types of averages that we refer to in math, using math terminology. Typically when we talk about the average in day-to-day conversation, you're usually referring to the mean. However, technically these top three terms are all different types of averages. And so we're going to go through how to find all of these. So the mean is basically if you have a data set, if you're to add all those numbers up, each of the values up in the data set, then divide it by how many numbers were in the data set, that will give you your mean. We'll do this in just a second. Let me go through the definitions first though. Then median. The median is if you line up the numbers from least to greatest, then the middle number, if you have an odd amount of numbers, then the middle number is the median. Now, if you have an even number in your data set, then you will take the mean between the two middle numbers. Okay? And then the mode is the number that occurs most frequently, or it's the most amount of the same number, I guess is another way to say it. So if you have one number that's listed 3 times, let's say, and all of the other values are only listed once or twice, that would be the mode. And you can have, one number as the mode, you could have more than one number as the mode, and if all of the values are just listed once, then you will have no mode. So only if it's 2 or more, and then if there's only 2 or 3 or so on of that value, would you have the mode. And then the range is simply the difference between the greatest value and the least value. Or in other words, if you were to take the highest number, subtract by the lowest number, that you would get your range. Okay, so let's go through this data set, and I'll just use it as an example. So we have the numbers 93, 36, 37, 42, 81, 55, 44, and 42. So in order to get the mean, we will, let's first do this, just to make it easy. Let's order these numbers from least to greatest. I think that would be easier. So I'm going to list them as I see them in least to greatest, and I'm going to cross them off so I know that I don't count the same one twice and I don't miss any. So I'm going to have 36 looks like the smallest value, and then next looks like 37. Okay, and then next is 42, but there's 2 of those. Okay, and then we have 44, 55, 81, and 93. Now, just to make sure, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. That's important to do that early on before you get too far ahead of yourself. So, in order to find the mean, we can add all these numbers up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I just list those vertically now. Okay, 6 and 7 is 13, 15, 17, 21, 26, 27, 33, 6, 9, 13, 17, 21, 26, 34, and 43. So we have 430. Now we're going to divide that by 8. So 8 goes into 43 5 times. Oops. Yeah. 30. 8 goes into 30. I think 3 times evenly, so that's 24. Remainder 6. And 6 times 8 is 45. 7 would be 56. Okay, so looks like the mean average is 53.75. And let's see, if I look at this list, that seems kind of reasonable. We do have some low numbers here, but we have some pretty high ones, so 53.75. The median, well, let's see. We'll go in from the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 42 and 44. And so, since we have an odd or an even number, we need to take the mean of those two. So we can see actually that 43 is going to be in the middle. If it was not so obvious, then you could do 42 plus 44. That would give you 86, and then 86 divided by 2 would also give you 43, so that's the other way you could do that. The mode, we can see that 42 is listed twice, and no other number is listed twice, so the mode is going to be 42. Okay, and then the range is going to be 93 minus 36. I'm going to borrow 7. So the range is 57, the difference between the greatest number and the least number, the smallest number. So here's just a very quick example of the mean, median, mode, and range. And if you have a data set, then sometimes some of these will be more useful than others. For example, if you had a whole lot of people, a whole lot of numbers in 50 range, and then you had 2, let's say, in the 100 range, then your average, your mean average was 60 or 70. Well, then when you say, hey, the mean is 60 or 70, then you're going to think, well, I guess most of the numbers are around there, but in fact, there's those 2 higher ones that is skewing the mean. So anyway, as you use these numbers, you will find times that you will want to use, or each of these will be helpful. And really looking at all 3 of these values is probably even more helpful than just taking one by itself. Okay, hope you enjoyed that and took good notes. Thank you for watching.